Your mom. Let go!
Stranger Things is well and truly back. The show is now in its 5th and final season, and oh my god. 9 years of storytelling have led to this, and I'm so excited. The first volume dropped the other day, and I cannot remember a show having this much hype around its final season. But if you think about it, it makes complete sense. Look at how much everyone, especially my generation, has grown up with the show. A little thought experiment. I'm going to show you a picture of me when the first season came out, and then look at me now. Like, what the hell? 9 years. That's why it makes so much sense for this show to have as much hype as it does for this final season. Let's do the all-important thing, and let's talk about this season so far. I absolutely loved what we've got so far. Like, I've just loved it. The first episode was ultimate Stranger Things vibes with the fast editing, the sound on the editing. I love it every time. The quick dialogue, I love it, even though sometimes it can be a bit off. But also the needle drops straight away from the beginning. I know Upside Down is going to be stuck in my head for the next, like, 2 months of this show coming out. I think the second episode dragged a little bit, and that also happened a bit at the start of the third episode. But oh my god, when we got into the Home Alone stuff, the show just hit its stride. That was so good. It was one of the best sequences in the entire show. The kids this season are great, or, well, I might as well call them adults now, because they're literally all about 22 years old. But thank God they stopped doing my boy Mike dirty, because that guy, in season 3 and 4, he just sort of stood around while Elle did her magic. Like, when she was in the bathtub, he's just sort of like, I believe in you. Like, I miss when Mike was the main character, you know? Mike was the leader, and now he's back to being the leader of gang. He's so good this season. Dustin and Steve's fallout is scaring me, and it should scare you if it doesn't. We get to see the one shot from the trailer, which I'll show now, of them embracing, and Dustin looks really upset. And I'm scared they're setting up the classic trope of they're falling out, and then one of them's gonna make a tragic sacrifice, probably Steve, and they'll make up at the last moment. And I really do think that's gonna happen. Please don't do that. But also maybe do that, because that would be really good. But also it would ruin, like, my life, so don't do that. But it would be good. Robin and Will are the best part of this season, and their dynamic is so good. Every scene is so cute. I love their friendship so much. I love how Robin is being a bit of, like, a mentor to Will through his, like, struggles, because she can see herself a little bit in him with his struggles with his sexuality, and I think that's just a really nice message overall. And also, their relationship has such a big payoff with, big spoiler, if you haven't already seen, but Will and his powers at the end, her advice is what helps him accept that he's got wabi-sabi, and now he's got powers. And wow. Will, the goddamn wise, tell me you're not jumping out your seat when you watch that. The aura was genuinely insane, but we needed that after Vecna gave his, like, creepy Diddy speech about how children are weak and impressionable, and Will went, you know what, fuck you. My mind actually is good enough to be in this world, and I loved it. It was so good. But as much as Vecna is like Jeffrey Epstein on crack, he is so cool. That entrance into the military base was fucking badass. But yeah, get that man on EDP watch, okay? Because some that's not good. Like, he actually needs investigating. But Will clutched for the gang, and I'm glad that that's been one of the biggest, like, arcs over the whole show, and it's finally got a big payoff. And yeah, I do think he's gonna die though. The flashback scene was beautiful and one of the best scenes of the whole show. And I'm sorry to anyone who is delusioned. Byla is not happening. Let's put Byla in the grave, because it is never happening. Mike is not on that timing. And also Will accepted that. And, like, that's why he came to terms with the fact that he's not weird for being gay. And even at a time where it was unacceptable to be gay. And that is why it's such a, like, powerful moment. And also, I think it's much more of a realistic interpretation for a gay person to be in love with their friend that they know will never love them back. Especially in the 80s, when being gay was not, like, a normal thing, or was not really looked at by society as an acceptable thing. Anyway, I am so excited for Volume 2, and I don't know how I'm going to cope for the next month. Waiting. Literally, I'm itching. But at least they're not doing an Invincible or a Cobra Kai, where the next part is just going to come out like 3 months later. Cobra Kai, I swear I was waiting like 8 months for that show to finish. But yeah, that's literally all I'm going to do. I'm going to save the big old review for the end of the season. But if you want to know how I'm feeling so positive about the start of this new season. I'm so excited for what they've got cooking. And you know what, guys, if you've enjoyed, subscribe, like, tell me what you think about the season below. If you got this far, you deserve a reward. So, I don't know, drop a comment that says, I'm so glad someone agrees with me that Byla is happening. Because I don't think that. And that's actually a funny prank. But to all my Stranger Things fans, I hope you're staying safe, and I'll see you when Volume 2 comes out.
Your mom.